Welcome back to another video. My name is Derek, and today we're going to be going over some tips and tricks on how to repair iPads. Now, for most of you, this is going to be something that you commonly do, which is to replace the digitizer. In this case, we got a little bit more damage than just the digitizer. As you can see, we are missing the home button, and there's obvious display damage. So I'm going to share with you my tips and tricks on how to do this repair. And I'd love to hear from all of you in the comments below what tips and tricks you have to add to this. So let's get into the video. All right, so in this case, we have an iPad that has definitely seen some damage. Obviously, the impact right here causing issues with the display. No more home button. Go ahead real quick to start this repair. Let's just turn it off. Now there's a bunch of ways to open up iPads. Obviously you can use a heat mat. Typically wouldn't use isopropyl alcohol because of a backlight, but because this display is getting replaced, I'm going to go ahead and use some isopropyl alcohol to help loosen up the adhesive around the digitizer. So I'm just going to go on all sides, kind of soaking in that little crevice. And again, would not do this if the display was good, because I risk getting in the backlight. And maybe you guys have better luck not getting in the backlight with alcohol. Take a pry tool under there. Now you guys see me use these little plastic sheets for like everything. But just gonna use it. I can definitely feel the assistance of the isopropyl alcohol. And we're gonna take the digitizer and I'm gonna flex it up quite a bit. And I'm gonna try to slice under that adhesive. Add some more isopropyl alcohol along the edge. And that way I can pull on the adhesive and it'll lift up the glass shards. I'll slice up the edge. Now I think I'm the first one in this iPad. We will see. It sure feels like it's the original display and adhesive. Given how shattered it is at the bottom, I think we'll just take the glass off the bottom separately. So I'm just going to kind of yank at it. The home button's damaged anyway, so I'm not worrying about cutting the cable on accident. Basically, in this case, I don't have to be as careful as I normally would be because we're replacing the display. Pull on the adhesive. Sometimes you can just grab on the adhesive and pull, and it'll release the entire side, just like that. Now that I've got the top kind of released and the bottom broken away down there, we'll just let this fold out. And typically, the entire side on the other side will pull away. If not, it's okay. Clear some of the big shards covering up the places for the screws. We'll grab the adhesive, and with some isopropyl alcohol and a bit of persuasion, we'll just grab the adhesive and we'll pull on it. Some people use blades and slide up under it. Some people just use their hands. Some people use tweezers, fine tip tweezers to kind of push under and pry up the glass. It used to be my favorite way to do it. I never cut myself, so I just grab the shards with my fingers. Just grab and let it kind of shatter and pull all of it off. Now, if the display was still good, I would have already taken it out before removing the shards of glass, because what happens is the shard debris get onto the display, causing potential scratches when you go to clean it off. So, if you're working on an iPad with a display that's still good, keep that in mind. And clear off the top. Pull off the last few shards at the top using that adhesive, just like that. We'll take out the 4 corner screws. And the corners of this display have a black silicone adhesive that holds the display down. And normally you have to take your time in prying these out, because if you go too fast, you'll snap the display. This display is already broken, so I'm not going to worry about how quickly we pop it out. We just don't want to damage anything else. We'll go ahead and take off the bracket. Now the iPad Air, the iPad 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've never had an issue leaving the battery connected on these models. For the new display, for the digitizers, home button. So on this model, I'm not going to worry about it. But if you want to be extra careful, you can isolate the battery by taking out that screw, gently prying on the board with some isopropyl alcohol and inserting a battery protector there. This can go in the trash, or you can recycle it. We'll pop out this little rubber guy, pull off the sticker, the home button flex, pop that out of there. Now let's see if we can separate the rest of the glass from the frame. There, it's starting to come. A little bit more pulling, and off comes the broken digitizer, and not a single shard of glass is left. And this too can go in the trash. One thing I like to do is turn this over, kind of pat on it, and this will hopefully pop out a bunch of shards that, if they made it down into there, would be that. You can also just pat it or take some air to it, a can of air. That way you can pick up all of the shards that have fallen in or spray them out. Now there are a bunch of different ways to clean an iPad border. You can take acetone, for example, is what I got here. And with the microfiber cloth, we'll just go along the side. And just like that, it's removed all of the adhesive all the way up into there, leaving just bare metal for the new adhesive to stick to help clear the adhesive. Before that, you could take something like a scraping tool and you could go up the edges and remove the bulk of the adhesive. You can take one of these wire wheels, and if you watch this, what we'll do, let's see if we can get a better shot of this. It'll just hold off the adhesive, roll it up, and it'll basically clean off. There's a little bit of residue left, but the bulk of the adhesive is gone there, just like that. And I'm just gonna go around the border, really polishing up and cleaning off all of the adhesive. There we go, perfect surface. Now let me know in the comments below what your favorite technique for cleaning. Getting into the groove there, prepping the surface. What steps do you take? All right, now you can see we've got a nice clean frame all the way around. No more adhesive, no glass shards, nothing like that. And we also have no dents in any of the corners. It looks really, really good. So next we'll get the parts we're gonna be using. Here we've got a new home button with the bracket as well. We've got our new LCD. We'll take it out. And then we also have our new digitizer. And one of the nice things about these digitizers is it comes with a little battery isolator if you want to use it. And here at the top, got a little bag that's got a new gasket, home button bracket, and the camera bracket as well, which this model does like this new camera bracket. We'll get out and we'll just gently pop off the plastic bracket, just like that. And we'll take our new one and we'll line it up inside the little guide there. Push it on down. There we go. Now we're gonna get the screen ready for a new home button. All right. It's got all of these little blue tabs we'll pull off. That'll reveal the adhesive that's gonna help hold this thing down, especially this gasket that helps keep dust out on the home button. We'll line up the home button. We'll take the digitizer. We'll line up the home button. Kind of push it into place. Before we let things start to adhere, we'll take the new home button bracket and we'll pop off the protector for the adhesive there. Gently set it in place. And typically just lining it up is sufficient. One thing you can also do is look down the edge and you can see the little nipple making contact with the bracket. And then we'll just push down, kind of massage it back into place. That way we get that distinct click. Peel off that guy. All right, so we've got a premium digitizer, premium home button, and a premium LCD. And the LCD also comes with a battery isolator. Peel away the protector there, along the back. We'll line up our new digitizer and we'll push down on the connector. I like how these ones they tend to find themselves, which is really nice. We'll slide in the home button flex. And I'm sure you're all aware of this, but if you replace the home button on one of these, you lose Touch ID. But when it's missing, it's kind of gone anyway. So it's not a big deal. We'll cover back up the home button connector with a black sticker, and we'll put on back that rubber insert. Take our new LCD. And this is where you want to make sure you connect it properly, because if you are going to potentially damage something, it's when you connect the display improperly. If you cross the wrong lines, you could potentially cause a short in the backlight. I'm going to go ahead and put back the bracket and the screws real fast. I am not left-handed, so this isn't the easiest thing. All right, now we will gently lay the new display inside the frame. I'm going to put back the display screws, one in each corner. And before we go and close this all the way out, we're going to test it out. All right, moment of truth. Let's push the power button. Let's see that Apple logo. There it is, with the no lines running up and down the middle of the display. We're going to test touch and the home button real quick, and then we can move on to closing this one up. All right, so the easiest way to test touch, first thing we'll do actually is just click the home button. You can see the home button definitely gets us on. If I click it, boom, it's on. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, and this is going to be the touch test. If we grab onto the slide bar here and we go corner to corner, as long as it never lets go, then we know that the touch is good. So we'll turn that off, peel off the adhesive protection all the way around. Now on the bottom one, what I like to do is I like to leave it in this section between the flexes here so that it doesn't potentially force the digitizer or home button flex to stick to it. We'll peel off the inner digitizer protector. I'm going to grab a little bit of double-sided tape and we'll go into the corner and we'll peel off the polarizer protector on the LCD. And now we can set down this side. Make sure the corner is nice and tight. And now you can see why I leave the adhesive here. And now I can pull on it. And those flexes I can guide in down inside the frame. You can kind of watch it as it goes down, as well as the home button, making sure they don't get pinched in between the glass and the frame. We'll just give it a good squeeze everywhere. We can put clamps on it, put it under pressure. Let me know what you guys do. Do you think that it's sufficient just to go around and massage it? Or do you leave it under clamps, and what type of clamps and for how long? That being said, this iPad is all fixed and ready to go. So this iPad is all fixed and ready to go. Brand new display, brand new digitizer, brand new home button. Of course, this one won't have Touch ID, but it's for a kid, so it doesn't really matter. Now again, if there are tips and tricks that you have for doing a simple repair like this, leave them in the comments below. If there's something that you'd like to see in a future video, let me know as well. Thanks a ton for watching. We'll see you in the next video.